Hey there, my name is Alex Steed, and I am here in Minneapolis, Minnesota right now as a part of a research tour called Millennials Changing America. It's a self-initiated research tour that tries to figure out how young people are using the internet to become involved in civic participation and social change. Now, the reason I'm talking with you right now is because I'm a staff member of Main Youth Leadership, and my position there is somewhat unique in that I'm one of the first few staff members that has actually gone through the Main Youth Leadership program as an ambassador. I went 10 years ago when I was a sophomore in high school, and I'm going to tell you a bit about my experience there. I It was suggested to me by someone in the guidance office that I participate in this program, and I did. My parents dropped me off on the Thursday that we went in, and I didn't really know anything about the program aside from the fact that it was a quote leadership summit. So I got there, and there were a bunch of other sort of precocious and awkward 15-year-olds, much like myself, playing name games and other sort of like initiation and orientation games. And like any other teenager who's sort of too cool to be anywhere, I wanted no part of it. And then about an hour in, I could really start to get into it. And about 2 hours in, I was hooked. And then the next day, I couldn't possibly have imagined being anywhere else. These were the greatest people I had met thus far. Staff members were fantastic, and they had sort of a lot of support for us and offered a lot of support to us, the ambassadors. And then the ambassadors especially were incredible to meet. It was other young people doing extremely interesting and engaged things in their school, and others who were just sort of starting to figure that out. And that was where I was at. I had an outgoing personality and sort of a loudmouth at the time, and I didn't really know how that could be used to not only better the community at large, but better myself through doing that. And a series of speakers came, and a lot of the wisdom that the speakers very generously imparted on us has stuck with me since. And just that mixture of being with all of these other young people who are coming of age in a really interesting way, and these staff members who really care about that process, and these speakers who are again very generous with the information that they give, that they've picked up from their lives, from becoming very successful people, was just electric. And when I had to leave on that Sunday, I remember just being devastated that I had to leave this like small utopia of action and people who are just doing great things. I definitely cried at least half the way home, thinking about this great experience I had, and I had this grand emotional outpouring. And I came back the year after as a junior counselor, and the year after that as a junior counselor. And in those few years, I volunteered, and I fundraised, and I participated in a way that it never would have struck me before to do. And that continued, and my interest in that continued, which explains why I'm sort of voluntarily on the road right now trying to figure out how young people engage civically and socially using the internet. And that's why I'm back as a staff member. When I was asked to come back, there was absolutely no way that I could say no. I needed to be back. It's even more rewarding now than it was then, because I get to sort of fraternize with the staff people who are all great, some of which were there when I was there. And I get to be energized by these young people coming of age in this really interesting way, and I get to see the speakers, which is also fantastic. It's great. It's a great experience, and I look forward to being involved with it for an indefinite amount of time forward. And I would suggest it to anyone, to any young person who has like an inkling, who's alive. I guess it's been a fantastic experience, and it's been a fantastic ride, and I would suggest it to anyone, as I said. So that's my experience then and now, and I hope it's helpful for you to understand what's going on at Maine Youth Leadership. And that's it. So from Minneapolis, this is Alex Steed on the Millennials Changing America tour, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.